but I've got to clear this garage. I've got to get rid of all this stuff and sort out what I need, what I don't need. I've also got to fix the roof as well. The roof's actually leaking, so that's all got to be replaced. And to be honest, it's really got to be done before I get the Mini in here. Let's get all this stuff off the rafters. Vespa exhaust and bits and pieces for the garden. My table saw I'm hanging from the ceiling at the moment just to make some space. But yeah, I've got to get all this cleared, get the cobwebs and dust out of here. And I'm also going to make a air filtration system in here. I've got this bad boy here. It's a foot wide, and it's basically a fan that sucks in air from here and blows it out the back. And this is very strong, actually surprised me. I got it really cheap on eBay, £56 in total. I had to go and collect it, but it's definitely a piece of machinery. I didn't realise how strong the fan was. I expected it just to be a light breeze coming out of it, but it isn't. It's like a jet engine, and it sounds like a jet engine as well. But I'm actually going to take that, and I'm going to place that up there in the rafters. So I'm going to have to drill out a hole, knock a hole through, put it in, and that way when I'm spraying the Mini, all the dust, I've done some woodwork, so all this dust and debris, and probably not access too heavy, but I mean, you know, dust in the air and stuff, that all gets sucked through there and blown out. I've got a fan, quite big fan at the front here, that can blow air across here, so it'll be like a cross filter air filtration system. And I've got a couple more fans, like I've got a air blower fan here. That's for like a child's bouncy castle, but it's actually quite strong. I've also got this one here. I'm going to place this one at the front of the garage, blowing air in with a filter on it to make sure it's clean air, and this one at the back over here with pipe work from here going across the garage roof, so it can suck up air from different parts of the garage as well. So that's the plan, but I've got to get all this done before I can even get the Mini in the garage, spray the garage. So I've even got a brand new bed up there, sell that on eBay or at a boot sale. Got all that wood. I'm actually, see these metal bars here, I'm going to cut them off. They're good for hanging stuff, but having stuff hanging above your head is not good because it gathers dust, and then as soon as you start spraying anything with any air pressure, you blow all the dust off and it just lands on whatever you're painting. I've gotten all the wood down, I've piled up the good wood there, and I've thrown all the rubbish away. I've still got to get some more wood and crap from up here off, and I'm slowly cutting away the metal beams this way, just so eventually I'm going to have a track run along here with an engine hoist on it, or an electric winch probably, and I'm going to have my air hose system that I'm doing, which I think I've said in previous videos, but this is it, using these angle grinders here, the big 9-inch Ryobi and the smaller battery powered 4.5-inch angle grinders. So I'm going to get these sheets of wood cut, I'm going to place them up there, and because to be honest this wood's rotten or rotting, so I'm going to screw it all up in there, make the roof one piece, like sandwich, because I've got a metal roof on the outside, like a metal shell on the outside, like corrugated metal basically, or corrugated roofing. So I'm going to sandwich this rotten wood in between the new wood and the metal on top, and then I'm going to go on top of the garage and put some more screws down into it, and I'm going to also use U-Pole Raptor, the truck bed liner paint. It's polyurethane sort of paint, so it's ideal for roofs to keep water off because it's waterproof, and as you can see this is rotten. You can actually see where I've screwed in before. Last year I went up to the roof and I just screwed it down to make it just one, because to be honest the outer metal roof wasn't actually connected to the wooden roof at all really. It was just like pretty much just floating just on top of it. It wasn't actually connected or screwed down. So I went up there last year and just put a load of screws just in a line all the way along. I did that, several lines going across this way and that way. But you can see where I sort of half-arsed it, and You can see the watermarks coming through just where the screws are. You can see them on this side as well. So that's going to sandwich the roof together. Then when I go up there, I'll spray the whole roof with truck bed liner. I'm probably going to need 2 or 3 shipments of it, or packages of it. So once that's all done and it's waterproof from the outside and the underside is solid, that will make the roof a lot more easier to walk on and actually spray up there. The roof won't bow anymore because it sort of bows when you stand on it, and I think that's why the screws are getting slightly bigger holes than they should and letting water through. But then on the inside, I'm taking all the metal off so I can put that run along the girder to have my electric engine hoist and my airline system going up and down on it. But I'll show you what they've done. When they built the garage, they put the joists onto this I-beam, and this I-beam's going through that wall there. It's actually connected with loads of big bolts into that wall there, or that lintel over there. But they never actually connected the joists to the metal I-beam. I don't know why, but if I show you, if you lean on it, it twists. You can see it's just not connected. It's physically strong this way and that way, so you can put loads and loads and loads of weight. I've had a whole Mini, literally a whole Mini, hanging off this I-beam, and it didn't even bow or bend or anything. It's that strong. But it's strong in this down direction and up direction. It's not strong when it's twisted or being twisted. So to stop it flexing like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get right angled joints from, one second, just find this ladder, this wobbly ladder. See, look, that's it twisting. So what I'm going to do is get right angled joints that go from here along to here, and then I'm going to weld it onto this section here, and I'm going to screw them in here. I'm going to do that on both sides on each joist, and that will stiffen, that will join the wooden beams or joists onto the I-beam, make it completely one solid object, so that way it won't twist, or it will help it prevent from twisting section. But at the moment I'm just cutting all these off at the moment. It's taking forever. What I'm going to do with these, I'm going to re-weld these. I might even plate them as well to make them just that little bit stronger where I've gouged into it, because that will be a weak point from now on. It's going to de-rust, use a chemical de-ruster on the I-beam and paint that with maybe like a POR 15 paint, like maybe a hard ceramic paint, something durable and that won't rust through. And I'm going to paint all the ceiling white. So I started painting the garage. You can see, if you can barely see the walls, they've been painted white with masonry white paint. Now I'll get the masonry white paint, thin it down ever so slightly with water, and I'll use the Schultz gun on the air compressor, and I'll go up there. After all the wood's up there, I'm just going to spray all the joists and all the roof just white. Just spray it all white. Give it a clean. Obviously I've got to clean it as well, so I'm going to use the air hose to and the air compressor to blow air and get all the dust and cobwebs off, and then use the hoover and get all the cobwebs away. Block off any holes from more spiders that come in and make a mess. And paint it all up, and then I can get my air system in. It's the suction fan that'll be going over there, sucking all the air out. I'm going to have obviously I've got a little fan there to circulate air. I'm also going to get one of these other fans, put a hole in one of these walls along here, cutting a hole in that wall, getting one of these fans, putting a filter on it to sucking clean air, and all the clean air will be sucked in, pushed along here. All the little dirt and dust in the air will be blown this way and then sucked out the back. So it'll be sort of like a cross-flow air filtration system. Then hopefully this garage will stay a lot cleaner. So that's the plan for now. So for the rest of the day I'm just clearing the rest of the rubbish from the top, the wood and the gym equipment and stuff like that, and cutting off all these metal beams. It's actually a dirty job. Well, thanks for watching.